Hello, everybody. Cameraman Dave here. It's Wednesday, the 12th of November, and this is a Q&A with Cameraman Dave on the Astley and Show YouTube channel. So, yes, this is something completely and utterly new. Not a clue how it's going to go tonight. So, we'll see what happens. Somebody might join, somebody might not join. We'll just have to wait and see. So, just going to go through a couple of things, just see where our teams are doing at the moment in the West Lancs. Obviously, we've got Astley and Show United first team, they're in the Prem, and then we've got our reserve team, they're in Division 2 reserves. Obviously, the reserve team are brand new to the West Lancs, so they've made a good start so far. So I'll just recap on them. And we've also got other teams as well. We've got the Sunday team playing the Lancashire Sunday League, and they're in great guns at the moment, really have. So just as just to let people know, I've got the Q&A questions and answers chat going. So by all means, if anybody has joined and wants to put a question in the chat, by all means, you'll have to do it obviously by you can use your laptop or use your mobile phone. Just add a comment. Obviously, please keep it clean. And if you say you've got a question, obviously put it in chat and I'll see if I can answer it. So without further ado, I just want to go through each team where they're at the moment. With obviously the league started in August, and so we're quite a few games in now. So I just want to kind of review where we are. So the first team got promoted into the Prem this season after the back of being promoted from Division 1 last season. Obviously, Millham going up, winning the league. These guys, unfortunately, have 3 games on the bounce at the moment. We've lost every one, but there've been 3 tough away games. We've due to the cup as well, we've not really had a home game for a couple of weeks. But this Saturday, the first team are back at home and they're going to be playing Poulton. So that is a massive game for the first team, because obviously they want to get back to, get some points on the board. At the moment, they're 12th. So, and they've got some, they've had some good performances this season as well. Like I've always thought the home team, the home performances at home have always been very, very good. And that's not just this season, it's previous seasons. Obviously, we've had back-to-back promotions and stuff. So that the home form has really pushed us forward in these last couple of seasons, and hopefully we can get back to winning ways. But like I say, we need your support. We need people coming down to the team, down to the games. We need your support with the live streams and stuff. And all being well, I'll be live streaming the game this Saturday on our YouTube channel. So, but depending on the weather, it's not looking great at the moment. So moving on, the reserve team. So brand new to the league, Division 2 reserves. They're going great guns this season. They've done. I've streamed them at home a few times, and just the last weekend as well. Unfortunately, they got beat by Hurst Green 3-2. Hurst Green getting a dramatic winner in the last couple of minutes. It's a shame, really, because I thought Astley the reserves have got themselves really back into the game, and to be honest with you, they probably deserved a point for the effort they put in that second half, and really give Hurst Green a few free scores as well. But yeah, they deserved a point out of that, but unfortunately, Hurst Green, top of the table, showed the quality in the last couple of minutes and grabbed a winner. The game was streamed live in the clubhouse at Hurst Green. That got some really positive comments back from that. So yeah, that was really good. But yeah, the reserves, I think they're sitting third in the league at the moment. Obviously, they're a few points away from Hurst Green, but like I say, they've not. They've been getting thrown some challenges this season by some really good teams in that league, but let's say they've matched everybody. They've just not looked out of place at all. And let's say the home form has been pretty good as well. Snatched a few away victories. So hopefully towards the end of the season, if they can be in the hunt, maybe I think is it top two go through. I'm not quite sure. I think they'll be there and thereabouts. To be honest with you, they've got some quality players. The front three very attacking, very fast, pacey. So yes, I've really enjoyed watching them this season. Moving on, Lancashire Sunday League, the Sunday team also play at Brookfields. Top of the table, they're absolutely flying at the moment. After a bit of a rocky start, I would say pre-season was a bit up and down. They are absolutely flying at the moment, and they're top of the table. Now, interestingly as well, they've played 8, won 6, drawn 1, lost 1, and sitting on 19 points. Now, the team behind them, AFC Preston Reds, have played 11 games. So obviously, Astley have got 3 games in hand. Now, AFC Preston, that's a quality team, got some good players in there. They're always there and thereabouts. So I can see this really going to be an interesting season for these guys. And where they are sitting at this moment in time, it's looking great. It really is looking great. So let's say we're having so many teams that I've tried to live stream them, cover them, record them this season whenever I can. But like I say, because we've got 3 teams now. It's hard covering every game each week. So, but the games I have covered them, they've been really, really interesting, really, really attacking, and they just seem to have hit some decent form in the league and in the cups as well. So they're going great guns at the moment. So moving on slightly, there's some improvements going on around the ground at the moment, Astley and Buttshaw. Obviously, you've probably seen on Twitter and Facebook that we're building a kitchen at the moment. What used to be the storeroom for all the football stuff, and that is coming on. Obviously, we're all volunteers, so we've all had to chip in. But like I say, the kitchen's looking fantastic. I think the water's been plumbed in. Just wait for the electrics now, and then it'll be virtually up and running. Let's say we've got an oven in there. We've got a dishwasher, obviously. So yeah, it's once that's up and running, and I think the main thing going forward is that they want to be in a position, possibly later on this season, maybe looking at next season. West Lancs did a ground hop this season, last bank holiday, went down really well. So I think ideally they want to be in a position to be maybe hosting that next season. And like I say, I think it just adds to the facilities at Brookfields at the moment. Like I say, we've had a couple of semi-finals for the last couple of years from the Lancashire Sunday League, and the facilities are second to none. and like I say, people come down and think, "Wow, that's a fantastic pitch to play on," and it's coming on slowly. The other improvements. Obviously, we've got a media tower, which obviously is my media tower. So obviously, you get a good view for recording games and whatnot. But the other thing, and the most important thing, is that there's a respect barrier going in at the moment around the pitch. It's just been started. It's just a fraction, but once we've got that respect barrier in, then you obviously, if you climb out of this league, you're touching into the northwest counties. So you've got to have the right facilities in place. You've got to have respect barriers. You can't have obviously spectators just walking around the pitch. You've got to have them cordoned off and stuff. So that's ongoing as well. Obviously, the weather's not been brilliant recently, so obviously we've not been able to do as much. But like I say, it's a work in progress, and it's we're all volunteers as well. In the day, we're not getting people coming in and saying, right, getting contractors in to put these things in place. We're just doing hard work. So when someone's got a few hours to spare at a weekend or during the week, they come down and just do a bit, whether it's, let's say, helping out putting a kitchen in, or helping out putting a respect barrier in, or just keeping the ground tidy. And also, we've also had the seats as well put in. We've had over 100 odd seats put in. I think we donated the seats, red seats, from some non-league football club, I think. But it was volunteers who actually put them and screwed them into the ground. Drill bits, screws, threads, whatever, nuts, bolts. And I can tell you from from what I saw, I wasn't involved. The sheer hard work, and obviously you need the right equipment, but it's volunteers' equipment. Same with the dugouts we've had this year. I out with them. It's looking smart. They've been painted, but a volunteer painted them as well. So, it's full credit to all our volunteers who, in and around, the club. They've really have put a shift in this summer, just to make the place start to look like a football club. I mean, it is a football club, but it starts to take shape. Short of a few floodlights, you're looking ready for, maybe a couple of seasons, maybe going up another division. Who knows? Obviously, we've been on the back of back-to-back promotions this season. I think we've seen a different class of football and fantastic football teams, and we've probably seen that there's some very, very good teams in there, and the games have been very, very tough. So and there's, like I said, there's some teams who are flying up at the top of that league at the moment. But like I said, they've been in this league for a while now. They know what it's like. This is our first season. We're testing the water. We're trying to understand how teams play. Obviously, we've got our own way of playing as well. But I think this season, based on where we are and the results we've had so far, I think it'll just be a case of let's just bed ourselves in. Let's just see what's out there and take stock. But obviously, it's just all my opinion. I don't run the team. I'm not a football manager. I just provide the media side of things for people, fans and whatnot can watch. YouTube channel, well, that's just gone fantastically this season. We've hit 1,000 subscribers, unbelievable. Took 2.5 years to get there. Took some serious hard work, but yeah, it really has taken off. And I don't know what it is, whether it's because we've hit 1,000 subscribers, but there's the YouTube Shorts, the small 15, 20-second clips of saves, penalties, goalkeeper saves, goals scored. They've just gone through the roof. I just don't know. I mean, people talk about the YouTube Olga rather. No, I can't pronounce it. It's where you've got to do it YouTube in a certain way. But saying that, it's just one of them things. It's it's just sheer hard work. You understanding how YouTube works, and like I say, getting video clips, live streams, action cams, different angles. People just get, want to see different things of it. So they get excited at, seeing, different angles of a goal being scored. Saves are probably a massive one. So yeah, there's so much going on at the moment, especially on the YouTube channel. So yes, we've had our first question, and that is from my son, Harrison Perrin. How did you celebrate hitting 1,000 subscribers? Probably didn't celebrate that much. Well, I did. Maybe I had a few beers and stuff, but just kind of put it out there on social media that we've hit 1,000 subscribers. Got a lot of feedback on Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, a lot of people were happy for us that we'd reached 1,000. But like I say, you don't stop at 1,000, you keep going. So obviously the next status will be, can we hit 2,000? But like I say, it takes time. I'm just a one-man band. There's only me doing this. Obviously it may change in a few years to come and stuff, but obviously I did have some help in the beginning with Astley's manager, Danny Shaw. He put me on track with a YouTube channel. So without his help, I won't be doing this. Won't be doing a broadcast live from the YouTube channel. It's the first time I've ever done it. But yeah, full credit to everybody, because like I say, at the end of the day, it's understanding YouTube as well, because it's it's not straightforward. It's just hit record and away you go. You got to make sure you're not talking a lot of rubbish. You got to present stuff. So yes, so yeah, 1,000 subscribers. Let's make that 2,000 in a year's time. Who knows? But so, any more questions? I know we've got 4 people watching at the moment. Obviously, if you've got a question you want to ask, put it in the chat. By all means, I'm here as long as people want to listen to me. Obviously, there's another string to the bow is the podcasts I do for Astley and Buttshaw. Well, not just Astley and Buttshaw, but my own, because I've got my own YouTube channel as well. But I say I do. Cameraman Dave has his own YouTube channel, so I do podcasts and whatnot, trying to cover different topics. So we've just got, the wife sent a message in. Other than Brookfields, what football ground have you liked that you have visited recently? Oh, that's an easy one. That will be Bury FC, Gig Lane. So Allerton under 21s were off my lads play for. Had a friendly there in the summer. We played Bury under 21s, and that was absolutely fantastic experience. It was only friendly, but we got invited down to play a friendly at Gig Lane. I live streamed it, and we got some serious watches, and the whole place was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Because, like I say, at the end of the day, it's like it's a non-league ground, but it used to be in the Football League, and what they've done to transform that team, transform that ground, is nothing but fantastic. I know I keep saying fantastic, but it was. I've got absolute buzz off it. So it was yeah, it was, and I suppose as well, my youngest Samuel scoring at Giggle Lane as well. That was quite good. So, so thanks for that question, wife. So yeah, just going back to what I was saying, I also do podcasts as well for at weekends after some games. Some recently, I've been trying to change it around a little bit as well because sometimes, yeah, you talk about football games and doesn't really stick with people because you sound a little bit monotonous. So I tried to change it up a bit recently. I just tried to talk about other subjects and stuff. One I did a couple of weeks ago was about referees and the kind of abuse they get from the sidelines, from fans, from the players and stuff. That went down pretty well. All the podcasts I do are on Spotify. And like I say, I've got about 18 followers, which is not bad. Someone's listening to me, so can't be that bad. And they're all the mini ones. Like I say, I like to keep it short and sweet. So there's nothing less than 5 minutes, no more than 10. So, it's, yeah, so it's pretty good, really. And I say the latest podcast I've just done was something what really did annoy me. Was obviously I do the live streaming for Astley and Butt Show, and like anything else, you have to spend a bit of money to obviously get the recording equipment, and and there's something we've been doing probably the last 12 months. We've been using action cams behind the nets, and that has really enhanced the match day experience for people wanting to watch the game back and stuff, and seeing the goals from a different angle. But for some reason this season, we've had when we've been playing the games at home, players, e.g. subs, think it's a good idea to start tampering with the action cams behind the back of the net. I've never really understood why. Recent one was the weekend just gone. The reserves were playing Hurst Green, and the two players thought it was a good idea from Hurst Green. I have mentioned it. I've also mentioned it on social media, so it doesn't really matter. You know who you are. You've been caught on film because even when you're moving it, the camera still recording you. But yeah, they just moved it, and you got to think, well, why did you move it? Now, some people may just say, well, you're just being a bit cynical, Dave, because, but no, I'm not being cynical, because you've ruined 90 minutes of action behind that net. And even the bigger picture is your goalkeeper made 2 fantastic saves that weekend on that Saturday. And you moved the cameras. It picked them up. You've lost it, So your goalkeeper might actually be a little bit annoyed, to be honest with you, that you've done that, because that footage is now gone. And to be honest with you, it's footage that, I could have been using as well. But it's 90 minutes gone, and there were some really good goals, but missed them. So it is a little bit annoying. There's no reason for you to be tampering with the cameras. There's no need. I don't come on your pitch, you start kicking ball around and putting it out of play. So why would you want to touch the cameras who are behind the back of the nets? They're not interfering with the nets. All you have to do is walk around it. But some people just think it's a bit of a bit of fun. But it's happened 3 times now this season. Never happened before, and all the other divisions have recorded. So why now? I don't know. But like I say, clubs have been informed, so hopefully they'll take note and it won't happen again. So, but there you go. What can I say? So we've still got a few people who are joining in. Any questions anybody wants to put in a Q&A, any questions you want to ask, obviously. Obviously, I'm doing all the talking at the moment, but nice to have a few questions thrown in. You know, it doesn't have to be all about Astley and Butcher. If you want to talk about any non-league other, you know, non-league questions, you know, by all means, put them in the chat. You know, can stay on here as long as we need to. So I'll give it a few more minutes, see if anyone puts any questions, and then maybe I'll wrap this up. But it's the first this for me. I've never done it before, you know. Don't know what will come of it, so we'll just have to wait and see. Obviously, it's nice to have a few comments, you know, because like I say, you know, I've had breaks up the conversation a little bit, not just me just doing all the talking and stuff. And like I say, I suppose I got the idea from actually have the chat turned on the live streams. And we do get a lot of people putting the comments in. I've had some really good chats with some people. Some of the home games we've had beginning of the season, really, you know, positive chat. And obviously, you know, the question comes up in the chat, and whilst they're live streaming, they're watching the game, and we're having a bit of banter and stuff. And it makes the matchday experience really interesting for me, especially if there's a game or two which is not, you know, you get lulls in games, so it's good to have a bit of a banter and a talk with some people. And like I say, it's not just people who were fans, Astley fans, or the opposition fans. We had people, you know, we had one the other week, you know, one was from Mexico, or one was from Ireland. And how did you get to know about the stream? And they've said, well, we've just seen the game go live on YouTube. I said, we're not subscribers or anything. It's just popped up. So they've just, you know, come on and looked into it. So it's fantastic YouTube, you know, for putting things out there. I say I'm still learning this. I'll still be learning it in another 12 months because, like I say, YouTube forever evolving. So, you know, it's a fascinating thing for me because, like I say, never thought in a month of Sundays, you know, I'd be doing what I'm doing for Astley and Butcher United, and to cover the teams, the lads, the players, the managers, the volunteers over the last, well, I think this is the 4th season now I've been doing it. It's been fantastic, you know, great set of people, and, you know, full credit to everybody who's part of this setup, Astley and Butcher United, because it's the foundations are in place, and we are going forward, you know. You know, hopefully in the next 5 years, maybe less, I don't know. Who knows where we'll be? I don't know. But like I say, the foundations are currently in place at the moment and getting better and better each season. So, I think we're coming up for nearly 30 minutes. So I don't think there's any more questions coming through at the moment. I've got a couple of viewers on at the moment. So unless you've got another question for me, I think I'm going to be tying up this live stream, and we'll leave it there. So obviously this once this is finished, people can play this back. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. And I hope you enjoyed it. And maybe next time I do one, we'll get a few more people and can spread the word, and we'll see what comes from it. So thank you for once again, and don't forget to keep looking at social media for upcoming games. Obviously, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and that will give you a 30-minute window for when a live game is going to be streamed. So yeah. So this is Cameraman Dave signing off. Thanks again, and until next time, take care. Thank you.